All right, we are back here again, and we have a couple more news feed segments here for you. So what we got? This one here from Mopar Insider: Stellantis and its dealers forced to cope with excessive inventory, lower prices on select models coming. We already knew this, but they're going to explain why, which is pretty interesting here. But the key factor to take away is that we're going to get a lot better deals. That's basically what it boils down to. Stellantis tried to pull these games with us. They tried to make it where you could technically they thought that they are a luxury brand. Let's put it that way. They think they're a luxury brand. Their trucks are phenomenal. Their quality of their trucks are phenomenal. But the problem is that Stellantis thought that they could actually jump ahead of the game and raise those prices 25% higher than everybody's competition, 40% higher than what they were before. Used to be structured where Stellantis prices were lower than Ford, lower than Chevy, lower than his stuff. And now they automatically jumped to the top right after COVID, and they thought they could get away with it, which is also the time that Stellantis took over. Stellantis took over in 2021, skyrocketed the price of Ram and Jeep and stuff like that, thinking they could get away with it, and it's blown up in their face. So as we see on here, it says on here, the immediate aftermath after the pandemic, auto companies thrived on high transaction prices and minimal incentives because of the fact that they didn't have many vehicles. The market has since taken a turn, fueled by even higher interest rates, inflation, and climbing vehicle prices. Now Stellantis is struggling with excessive inventory that would have been easily sold over a year ago. As a result, numerous Stellantis vehicles sitting idle on dealers' lots. This is what it's come down to. So where are they sitting at here on there? Right here, the average industry average for cars. Inventory average for days, basically, is how cars are measured in days. How many day supply there is. So what a day supply means basically is if you have a vehicle, let's say a company, like let's say that Ford stopped producing cars today and shut down all production, how many days would it take for them to sell out all the inventory that's on dealer lots, get rid of all of it? How long would that take? Well, most of them, as you see right here, most companies out there today have an average of about 50 days of inventory, and they're saying that Stellantis has 100 days, so they're double the inventory. There are 2023s, 2022s still sitting on the lots for Stellantis because they are so stupid with their prices and they're so greedy. Like I said, I've said it many times, I love Jeep, I love Ram. I cannot stand Stellantis. Stellantis sucks as a company. Horrible. We'll cover that more later. But anyway, if you are looking for a Stellantis product, whether it's a Ram, a Jeep, a Chrysler, whatever it is, now you can get huge deals. We've been able to always negotiate Ram and Jeep pretty well, but right now you can take them to levels unheard of. Do not be afraid to dive into these, and do not be afraid of them because they're not moving. These vehicles are quality vehicles. The only reason they're not moving like they did before is because of stupid Stellantis stepping and tripping over its own feet, not thinking, just doesn't know any better. Such a stupid company, Stellantis. But Ram and Jeep, amazing companies, amazing products, built well and quality, and there for the taking, and good deals on them right now. So moving on from there, what do we got here? This one, I just installed an ad blocker. I don't know why this is going. So we're going to see how this ad blocker works. You can, I guess it's shutting off a lot of them. But enough of you guys said to do it, so I actually put one on. So this is the first run with it. It's also first run with me running a camera. We're going to see how this works. I'm not sure if I don't like this, you won't even see me in here. If I do, you'll see me. If not, it'll just be audio. But Ford ranked second to last in supplier relationship study. Grabbed my attention. We dove in and started reading this. Now, the interesting part of this, Kay, is this chart right here. This chart. Well, this is what grabs my attention. Oh, come on, bring it back up. This chart right here. So this is the working relations between between manufacturers and their suppliers. Note, Toyota here, they're running pretty good at the top. You can see they're adequate, just barely broke into good. They got a good deal with their suppliers. Honda has got a pretty good deal with their suppliers, so they're doing all right. GM is climbing tremendously. Look at where GM was in 2015. Follow this line, where they were in 2015 and how they shot up, and then they went there. They dropped in 2020 a little bit. Again, COVID, you can see that most people kind of did. And then they've been steadily climbing ever since. I've said it many times. GM is a company to watch. They are rising. Their customer relationships is amazing. Everything they do is amazing. They are the company to be watching right now. And then you have Nissan. Nissan is climbing back up, but you can see Nissan took a huge drop. They went way down too, and they've been climbing up ever since since COVID. They've been climbing, and that's going good. Look at Stellantis before we go to Ford, because the article's about Ford. Let's look at Stellantis. Stellantis was going down aggressively, or going down. They've always been down here. Lower is poor. But notice in 2020 where they were, and then what happened, how they dropped off the shelf. Stellantis. Okay, before that it was FCA. Okay, and FCA owned it. Stellantis bought out FCA in 2021, and that's when the sky fell out for Stellantis in their dealer relationships for that whole 2 years. Then they slowly started creeping back up, but they still suck. Stellantis sucks as a company. Ram and Jeep, good products. Stellantis, horrible company. I wish Ram and Jeep would break off and do their own thing, or somebody else would buy them. Stellantis sucks. But look at Ford. Ford was adequate here. Okay, in 2014, look at their steady decline. Their drop down to now. They're way down there in a poor and very poor. That affects it. Okay, that does have some impact on her. But does it affect our bottom end? Not really a whole lot. This is behind the scenes stuff behind them and their suppliers, and they'll get it sorted out. Same with Stellantis. Like I said, who cares what their relationship with them, as long as the parts are being supplied, the vehicles are being made, which obviously Stellantis being at the very bottom of this list, that stuff is being supplied because they got more stock than anybody does. So it's not that big of a deal, but it's interesting to note that chart that's on there. All right, moving on from there. This one is crazy, okay? GM has patented an anti-road rage system, okay, that can take control of your car. Let that sink in for a minute. This is the world we live in. Talk about Big Brother stuff. So sensors evaluate the driver's mental state and can active driver assists, taking control of one or more vehicle functions. Really? Okay, so what do we got here? So let's dive into this here too. In the spirit of transparency, you won't find the word road rage anywhere in the 10 pages of patent filing from General Motors. Of course not. If they said that, they wouldn't get their patent done. It wouldn't fly. So, but what is this thing? Short description right here. Okay. GM's short description of the system is one that assesses a mental well-being of a driver while driving the vehicle and deploying countermeasure in response to a mindfulness level of driver being beyond a desired range. All right. Later on, the patent language makes more specific reference to a driver and a plurality of passengers being subject to a various negative stimuli that can induce stress. This is where the system steps in using a bevy of sensors to monitor the vehicle's actions along with biometric sensors that observe the driver. Okay? So in other words here, we see down here, so if you're swerving, tailgating, cussing up a storm, the system may detect your mental state isn't the best for driving and implement numerous steps to correct the situation. How bad is this? This is what it's come to. All right, look at here. Here's what it's going to do. It starts with a simple alert recommending an exercise like taking a deep breath. Okay, it's going to actually tell you to take a deep breath. Your car is going to tell you to calm down and take a deep breath. Okay, that would probably make my blood burst and make me want to beat my car into oblivion. Okay, the next level recommends calling somebody using the vehicle's hand-free system, of course, but the third level automatically calls a trained advisor to talk you down, like it or not. Oh, the other proposed course of action, one that's quite controversial, involves activating one or more advanced driver assist systems, ADAS, to remove the driver from the equation. Are you understanding what they're saying here? This is unbelievable. The patent described as the ADAS being configured to provide a level of autonomous vehicle control such that a driver of a vehicle needing to driver not needing to be actively involved in controlling one or more driving function or other functions of the vehicle. Okay, It says here, though, as with all patents, there's no guarantee that this idea will ever reach production. Driver alert and phone calls are certainly doable, but large questions about the forced activation of this, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But the case is that a company is trying to do this. People out there think they can do this. They want to do this. Just understand the reality of some of this insanity that we're dealing with. I mean, we are cogs in a machine. We are nobody. We are just, all we do is make money for the rich. We have no value. We have no rights. We have no anything anymore. This is the world that we have come to, and it's disgusting. And that they think they can do this, and they'll do it under the guise of safety. It's pure control. Pure 100% control. And actually in one of the other videos we just did not too long ago, or hasn't came out yet, I don't know, I got a bunch of them I've been making, you'll see in there that about how much of your information, 25 gigs per hour of your information is being given to manufacturers and third party from your vehicle. We talked about that in one of the other videos. Now, last one on our list here, right here. 15 lowest ranked cars according to Consumers Report. Okay, well, I can't. Consumers Report is the worst one I trust for anything. But let's start it here and see what they say, because I'm curious. And it's a slideshow. You can't just read it. Of course, they make you click a bunch of slides. They do that on purpose. So let's start the slideshow. So apparently, the Nissan Frontier is one of the 15th lowest ranking according to Consumers Reports. Oh, little do they know it's one of the best trucks made today. Don't let them fool you. What do we got on here? Start the slideshow. Apparently there was an ad here, even though it's blocked. I'm still seeing that there. But so number 2 on the list is the, and this looks like it's ranked as the highest scoring to the lowest scoring. So number 2 on the list is Chevy Tahoe. Okay, yeehaw. They give you a little bit of stuff here if you want to read it. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care what they think, but let's just go through the list. Number 3 on the list, it is descending, because these are getting worse as we go, because we're down to 49 points. We got a Mercedes-Benz C-Class. There's number 3. Number 4 is the Land Rover Discovery right here. Come on, there we go. And here's a Nissan right here. This is coming in at number 5 right there. And here's a Volkswagen Taos at number 6. I'm getting tired of waiting on this ad to move out of the way. The next one here is another Mercedes-Benz is number 7. Okay, yeehaw. Land Rover again at number 8. Cool. Moving on from there. Like I said, I don't want to waste time in here. Another Land Rover is number 9. And another Land Rover is number 10. This is it. I've never been in this article yet. I have not even opened or looked at this. So we're doing this together, so I'm curious. Next one on here, Ford Bronco coming in at 11. What do we got over here below that? Of course, the Gladiator. Consumer Reports hates everything Jeep and Gladiator. They just can't stand them. I guess Jeep doesn't pay them enough money. But Gladiator's on here at number 12. We got another Gladiator, the Renegade, which is going away anyway, so it's irrelevant. It's last year for it, which, by the way, was one of the best vehicles I ever owned. I made a ton of money on it, bought it new, drove it for a year and a half, put a ton of miles on it, sold it for a huge profit. Renegade was amazing. Was a great little commuter. Polestar comes in at number 14 on here, yeehaw. Then we got a little Mitsubishi Mirage is coming in at number 15. That looks like our last, oh no, number 16. I thought it was a list of 15. It says up here at the top, 15 lowest ranked cars, but apparently we're at 16 and 17. We're going to keep right on going here. The Wrangler, of course, because Consumers Reports hates the Wrangler. They got to score 25 out of 100. Oh, geez. Here we go. And what is the last one? That's it. There we go. So there's your list. That's the whole news feed. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll be back with more stuff for you soon.